Greetings, Remnant members. I'm your presenter. My name is Obwadia. You can call me Jadia. Today, I want us to talk about the overview of commercial layers production in Zambia. We need to look at what's the market demand and what's the production requirements. We also need to look at the challenges and opportunities in running commercial layers business. We also need to look at value addition, and also lastly we shall look at resources and support. Okay, to start with, family. When you talk about business, poultry business, we mean poultry business. Most of the people take it for granted when we say as long as I'm keeping few chickens, then it means it's not the business. It's because I'm having low number of birds. The number of birds are not much. I'm not having many chickens, so it's not really a business. But I'm just trying to do one or two things just for home consumption, and later on we'll be able to sell some. But let me tell you this: the little that you are keeping for now, eventually, little by little, the business will expand. The business will be able to expand. Commercial layer farming in Zambia is one of the most productive business that one can start and earn a lot of money. When you look at in Zambia, there is too much demand for eggs. There is too much demand for eggs in most parts of the country. Not only here in Zambia, but also in other parts of the world. There is too much demand of eggs. When you look at Zambia, we have boarding schools, and these boarding schools, they need constant supply of eggs. They need companies, they need farmers to be supplying to them enough trays of eggs. So you find that in Zambia, according to the experience, there is high shortage of eggs production. There is high shortage of eggs production, and in that family, we are missing a lot. We are missing money. We are missing to get money, because that's just the matter of getting money. When you enter into this poultry farming, specifically commercial layers, it's one of the most effective and one of the most profitable business I've never seen so far, because I've been in this business since 2017 up to now. So there is high comparison. There is a lot of difference between commercial layers and broilers. So when you look at layers, they are highly prolificant. They are highly profitable. So that's the overview of the kind of layers business that one should start in Zambia. Looking at you, by the virtue of you being our member, we can work hand in hand. We can work in collaboration, so that we make sure that you start making money. We can work hand in hand. We can work in collaboration. Whenever there is a need for market where you can be supplying eggs, we can work hand in hand. And in this case, I was approached by a college of school of nursing and one boarding school. They sent an email to me to say, we need you to come at the schools so that we come and discuss how we can be supplying to us eggs. I went to a certain boarding school, a certain college school of nursing school, which I cannot mention for now. They gave me a very huge task to be supplying to them a huge number of trays of eggs. Now, due to low production of eggs, I was unable to defeat them in terms of supplying to them the needed trays of eggs per week. So, by the virtue of you being our member, when you enter into this poultry farming, which is commercial layering production, you have an opportunity. Okay, you have an opportunity to be given market. You have an opportunity to be given market to maybe boarding schools and other companies. This I want to have a look at the view of how this this college of school of nursing requested from me. They said I should be supplying to them not less than 25 trays per week. Looking at the production that I had at my farm, I was able to collect about 16 trays of eggs. They said they need about that was 20 trays per day, not per week, 20 trays per day. So meaning that per week they needed about 140 trays. Okay. Now at my farm, I was only able to produce about 16 trays per day. So this implies that I had a very huge shortage, such that I would go in town to other farmers. I order the remaining 4 trays so that I make 20, so that I just fulfill that demand that the school need. Not only that, I was also given a contract by a certain boarding school. They gave me to be supplying to them about 10 trays of eggs per day. Now, due to low production of eggs at my farm, I couldn't be able to take that offer because I was unable to produce more than 20 trays of eggs per day. So, look at that. If you, as a member of our member, you find that we can be giving you markets. We can be giving you markets, and because you are the member of Remnant, such that you have an opportunity to be given market where there is a huge shortage. Okay, when you enter into this commercial layers business, you never go wrong. When you enter into this commercial business, you never go wrong, because you will be able to make money every day. You'll be able to make money every day. Let's just have a look at the overview of how much I used to make by then, the time I was collecting about 16 trays per day. In my area, one tray we were selling at, others they were selling at 90 kwacha. Now, by the virtue of myself keeping the layers, so I was able to sell a tray of egg with a difference of 5 kwacha. So I was selling at 85 kwacha. So on average, you say 85 kwacha times 16. So you find that a daily I was making 1,360. That's even more than that, because there are those that come to buy, maybe they just want 10 eggs, they just want 5 eggs. The price is different as compared to those that will buy a full tray. So when you look at that one, in a month per month, I was able to make over 40,000 kwacha. Every month, I was able to make over 40,000 kwacha. Now imagine you being the farmer, and you are making about 40,000 kwacha per month. So you find that 40,000 kwacha, let's say I would get about 15,000. Let's say I'll get about 10,000 as the money that I'm going to spend to buy another feed. Okay, I'll buy feed for the whole month. How much am I going to remain with? Over 30,000. I'll get, because the boys that were working for me by then, I was giving them a 1,500 each per month. So if I remove that from 30,000, I remove 30,000, I'll remain about maybe 27,000. That 27,000, I will remove other expenses, electricity, water bills, medicines, vaccines, and other things. So you find that the money that that was remaining with me as a company, it was about over 20,000 kwacha per month. Okay, so this poultry business is the business that I would recommend to someone to start, and of course it requires enough orientation on how to handle this business, because layers business is not as simple as the broiler business. That's why it has got more money than the broilers. Okay, when we look at let's talk about now production requirements. Okay, when you want to start commercial layer farming in Zambia, you need to consider various things. One of them, you need to have initial investment. Pay attention, family, on this one. Initial investment. Poultry business, to be specifically layers, they need constant supply of the farmer should make sure there is a continuous supply, a continuous cash. So you as a farmer, you need to have at least good cash. When you have good cash, then it means you will be able to run that particular business, because on that one you need to consider the cost of land. If at all you're not having the farm, infrastructure, equipment, and also initial capital stock of layers. So by the virtue of you being our member, we can teach you, we will be able to teach you how to make a simple modern layer house. We will be able to teach you a simple and modern layer house, such that you as our member, you will not be able to spend much money in terms of infrastructure. Remember, a poultry house should be simple, should be not much expensive, should be just simple, such that the beds are able to be are secured. It has to be simple but secured. Security has to be there. So you, by the virtue of you being a member, you will be granted to learn how to build even the wooden infrastructure of commercial layer houses. Okay, we also need to talk about feed and nutrition. Layers require balanced diet to produce eggs efficiently. This means that from 0 day, the moment you bring in the day-old pullets, which are we call them layers when they grow up, you need to consider proper feeding. Even from 0 day up to the day of they will start production, you need to have proper feeding. Remember, each week the layers, they have got their own quantity of feed that each layer should eat. So each pullet has its own quantity of feed that it should be given. So do not make any mistake to be feeding layers anyhow. Do not make that mistake. Layers, they have got the schedules on how each layer should be consuming, how many grams of feed that each layer should be consuming every week. So every week there's a reshuffle of how the layers are being fed. So starting from the plates as long as they are young until the day of production, even going onwards, the layers have got the kind of feeding profile, how you can be able to be feeding them every week. Okay, and when they grow up, layers require balanced diet. If you overfeed the layers, they will not be able to give you eggs. If you give them less feed, they will not be able to give you eggs. So this implies that you should be constantly, you should be very careful when you are giving layers what feed. You need also to source high quality feed and ensure adequate nutrition. You know, we have companies, we have trustworthy companies that make good quality of feed. So you need to go for the feed that is in good quality. Okay, and of course we'll also be able to teach you how to make local feed. Okay, also that local feed that you can be able to be making, you need to also be mixing with this feed that most of the companies make. Okay, this one also talk about health management, regular vaccination, disease monitoring, and biosecurity measures are crucial in maintaining health layers. On this one, if you are not careful as a poultry farmer, if you are not careful in terms of keeping layers, in terms of vaccinations and other things, you end up spending thousands of kwachas in feeding the layers, which will not give you anything at the end of the day. So you need to be strictly constant with the vaccination. So on this vaccination, you need to be vaccinating the chickens regularly, following the schedule that will be shared by us. You'll be given the schedule that you should be following when dealing with the commercial layers, because you are dealing with people that has experience in terms of this vaccination. Remember, layers require needles. Those medicines like foulpox. There are those medicines, diseases that require you to be giving syringe to the layers. So that's why I said you need to have a constant cash flow has to be there, so that you will not be inconvenienced. On the vaccination of the chickens, there are those medicines that we give through water. There are those medicines that we give through spraying in the poultry house, and there are those also that we give through injecting the needle. So on that one, you need to hire a veterinary. If you don't know how to do it, you need to hire a veterinary. Like for example, in this case, you communicate with us. We are readily available to help you out to do vaccination of the chickens, whichever kind of vaccination that you'd want to do. More especially something that has to do with a needle, a syringe. Okay, something that has to do with a syringe. You need to be very, very, very careful. You need to hire someone with experience, so that as that particular person is doing that particular thing, you will be able also to learn on how to do such kind of a thing. Okay, so disease monitoring also, you need to be very, very, very careful with that. Whenever you notice anything in the pot house, you need also to consult. If you have an idea, you need to consult about what you have seen in your poultry house. Don't just let it be. You need to consult. Okay, so that's all about health management. Otherwise, if you cannot take proper management of your layers, you find that they will start dying one by one. They will start dying one by one, and they will not be able to give you good production, because you did not pay much attention in terms of vaccination. And on the vaccination part, it's very critical, it's very crucial. You need to be very, very serious when it comes to vaccination and monitoring of diseases, because once you mess up, once you make any mistake, you find that you lose all the thousands of dollars that you have spent on that particular farm. We also come to marketing strategies. On this one, being the poultry farmer, when you start keeping the chickens, you start advertising. There is social media. There are so other means of advertising your products. Even before you start, even before the layers start dropping eggs, you advertise. You go into different markets. You tell them to say, Bane, on this and that, I'll start produce the chickens will start producing what? Eggs. I need the market. You get the contacts of those marketeers, the shop owners, those big shops. You get the contacts. They are not even difficult. Okay, as long as there is a proper condition that will favor them, and a condition that will also be able to favor you. You need to advertise. You need to advertise effectively. Okay, you need to advertise effectively, so that by the time your chickens will start dropping eggs, instantly you start selling the eggs, because you already made the market, because you have already have the market. Once your chickens start dropping the eggs, you have your own market. It's just a matter of taking those eggs to the customers. Okay, as long as you have conditions that will be able to favor you, also be able to favor your customers. I'll give an example. There is this school of nursing, the one I just talked about. We went into memorandum of understanding to say, okay, when I supply eggs, I'll be able to wait for a few days before I get paid. Okay, I need to wait about 3 days before I get paid. Okay, so these people, most especially these government institutions, they advise to say you open the company. You open the company so that it will be very easy for you. So when time comes for bidding online, okay, you bid according to what you have at the farm. You say you are going to bid on the supplying of eggs. Let's say if you have cabbage, also supplying of cabbage, beans, something like that. Then you also tell the school to say, I have managed to bid. I'll be supplying this and that. If you had already talked to the school management and the procurement procurement people, they will be able to recognize you to say, okay, this one has been our good supplier, so we need to give him or her the contract of supplying supplying eggs. Okay, all those things you have the benefit as you for you being our member. You have that benefit of benefiting on how to bid online. Okay, because we need to make our country, the world at large, we need to run out of poverty. Okay, so we need to be working hand in hand so that we reduce suffering in our homes, we reduce suffering in our communities, in our areas, so that each one should be living happy life. When you have money, when you have successful business, you have happy life. Okay, so remnant members, we encourage to reach out to us, okay, for the market advice. We advise you, we give you where the market is. Remember, in that group, Madam Ruth actually posts on how, or maybe they say this company needs this type of products. If you are a member, you are entitled to be given that particular market, depending on the terms and the condition that we are going to agree. Okay, let's now also talk about challenges. Before we go to challenges, let's now talk about value addition. Value addition. Remember, in that remnant group, Madam Ruth mentioned of having a training on the value addition, whereby adding value to your eggs through processing and packaging. This can also increase what? Profitability. Okay, this can also increase what? Profitable. So adding value to eggs, I cannot add much on this one because I'm not part of adding value to the eggs. But if you have joined that group of adding value to the eggs, you are entitled to learn how to add value to most of different products. When you involve yourself in adding value to your products, you find that you'll be earning double market. Okay, you'll be earning double profit. Okay, so let's come on board, family, and work together and see how best we can do. Okay, let's now also talk about resources and support. There are various government departments, various private personnel. There are various farmers, there are various people that you can reach out to them in case of you want to support in any way. Like, for example, you can reach out to us in case you need market. We have found market for some kind of trays of eggs that you can be supplying per week. We give you market. If you have any problem relating to your egg production, you reach out to us. Okay, we can be able to help you in terms of finding resources and support when it comes to that. Okay, so we are there for you. We are there for you to help you out to find markets, to teach you step by step on how you can manage and keep your layers. Okay, because it's profitable. You are aiming for doing business. You have spent money on that business. However, you need to be having money. You need to be having profits on that one. So it's very, very important you take note of that. Okay, now during this process of farming of layers production, there are also challenges that we encounter. Like, personally, there are some challenges that I encounter. Okay, so one of the challenges that this outbreak, you find that unexpectedly you did all what you can to prevent your birds from facing diseases. Unexpectedly you receive a certain kind of a disease that you are not even expecting. Okay, so as a farmer, you need to be vigilant. So you need to be vigilant and reporting to the people with ideas on what to have faced on that particular period. When you see any kind of a disease that you may encounter, okay, that you have observed from your poultry house, you reach out to people to say, Vane, I have got this problem. There is this. Look at this picture. What kind of a disease is that? What can I do to cure my birds where there is since I'm faced with this particular thing? You reach out to people. Okay, so outbreak of diseases, we need to be vigilant when you are running this particular poultry business. And also feed cost. Okay, feed cost is one of the most disturbing factor that poultry farmers face. Okay, it's one of the factor that most of us face. So when feed is high, so what would you expect? There is also a squeeze profit margins. Okay, so when the feed is higher, what do we expect? There will be a minimal, okay, squeeze of profit margins. So as a poultry farmer, we need to be taking note of that, to say there is the challenges that we should put in place. There is also market competition. This is one of the most thing which we need to consider as poultry farmers. Remember, we need to be different. We need to be innovative. We need to come up with interventions that will be able to favor our customers and ourselves relating to eggs production. Find customers, give them good conditions to say, my customers, I will be supplying to you this amount of trays of eggs per week or per day, and the payment methods you'll be paying like this. Okay, as long as those conditions, they will be able to favor you and the customer, so that you are just at the middle, so that even if there is a market competition, people will be following your conditions to say, that particular farmer, he or she is very good in terms of his terms and conditions, because she has allowed us to say, we can be giving him or her money little by little, and as long as there is a very huge memorandum of understanding. Okay, so let's make sure we share equal opportunities between us farmers and our customers. So this is one of the most very, very important when you want to enter into this poultry, or specifically commercial farming. So this is all I prepared on the overview of poultry business. It's a goodbye. If you have any question, you can reach out to me so that we can see how best we can be able to sort out one or two things together. Bye bye. My name is Jadia, or Mr. Wadia.